Hey, hi, and hello everyone. Anthony Fantano here, internet's busiest music nerd. I hope you're doing well, and it's time for a weekly track roundup where I give my thoughts on a bunch of songs that have dropped over the past week or so, whether I loved them, whether I hated them, or felt somewhere in between. They're all linked down below, so you can check them out for yourself. And what's also down there is our Turntable Lab link. We get kickback from it, whether you're buying some vinyl, some turntable stuff, some various sorts of equipment over there. It's all through an affiliate link that helps out the channel. We would appreciate it greatly if you used it, if you're doing any, shopping, retail stuff or music stuff. We also have a Patreon page where you can get some extra bonus monthly content while supporting us in the process. That's amazing. That's fantastic. We have our YouTube Shorts channel down there too. Subscribe today for all of our great, excellent, awesome, amazing Shorts content. Channel is growing by the week. And finally, a shout out to our sponsor in this video, the good people over at Primavera Sound. Their 2023 lineup is fantastic this year. Tickets and everything available now. Check out the website, linked down below. And I'm here to list out, hopefully because, I'm hoping to go to the festival this year. That would be amazing. I've gone once before. It's a very great experience and would love to go again. And if I could go, if I can go, because, things are a little up in the air for me as far as the summer goes at the moment, but if I am able to go, the acts, I want to list 10 acts that I'm the most excited to see. Will be probably focusing a lot of my energy into seeing while I am there. One, Nicholas Jar's Dark Side. They've been dropping fantastic and groovy, electronically tinged music for quite a while now, and I think that's going to lead to a lot of bops, a lot of bangers, a lot of live bangers from Nick's Dark Side there. Also, Le Tigre. Being back in the mix. I'm going to throw that one in there as an extra one. Is pretty exciting to me as well. Now that I'm looking over the lineup for a second time, there's a lot of artists. There's a lot of artists here, a lot of good ones too. Depeche Mode. I mean, ones that didn't even necessarily make my initial list here as I was kind of building it up. Next, I want to see Turnstile for sure. Based off the fact that I really loved their last full-length LP, would love to hear those songs come alive in a live setting. Maybe there's going to be a pit. Let's see. Some really amazing, catchy, melodic, atmospheric hardcore. Black Country New Road, of course. Their album last year was absolutely fantastic and amazing. One of my favorites of 2022, and I have not caught them live yet, not even one time. So seeing them perform some of those tracks, and I don't know what they're going to do on the vocal end and everything. Regardless, it should be an interesting performance. Off, I would love to see live. I have seen live before, but I would love to see live again, especially off the back of their latest full-length LP, Free LSD, where they embrace a lot of heavy psych, just a trippier and more experimental songwriting ideas and structures and aesthetics on their new LP. Would be really cool and exciting to hear them kind of pull off that new sound in person. Of course, PinkPantheress, I want to see live because I've really been digging a lot of her latest tracks, and seeing her in person and doing an interview with her where she kind of talked about and described what ideally she would like to do in a live setting when performing. It would be interesting to see that come together in person. Kendrick Lamar, of course, who I have not seen live yet. I've tried to see live before, but it didn't quite work out. So it would be amazing to catch him live, especially off of a record as powerful and as quality as Mr. Morale. Fortet, I would also love to catch live, who I also have not seen in person yet. Kieran has made, in my opinion, some of the most groundbreaking and exciting electronic music of all time in the 2010s, and would love to just catch and consume more of it in person. Rosalia, who's angelic, amazing, just mind-blowing voice, I think would be amazing to catch in person, just as a live experience. St. Vincent, whose latest LP I thought was amazing, when she had Jack produce, and I'm really looking forward to her, hoping to catch those songs in person since I loved that album so much. And Jockstrap, there's a lot of mystical magic, I think, to their sound and to their style, especially on their latest LP, that I'm hoping to get a glimpse of or sense of how they kind of pull some of the stuff off that they do, because it is very eclectic and strange and out there pop music. So that is who I would like to list as far as off the dome 10 acts on this Primavera Sound bill that I'm really looking forward to seeing, that I would hope to see if I make my way down to the festival this year. Link to Primavera's site down below so you can look up tickets and all that rigmarole yourself. And yeah, awesome poster, awesome lineup. Shout out to them once more. All right, we're getting into the worst tracks of the week. We have at least a handful of those. Some surprises, honestly, some tracks from some artists that I was not expecting to dislike as much as I did, but it is what it is. Let's go. Starting off with Unknown Mortal Orchestra, new track Layla from their forthcoming LP. And I just feel like the song isn't coming together on this one. The mix is muddier than usual, not in sort of like a cool, flattering, trippy, lo-fi way, as it sometimes is with UMO. And then finally, the reggae influence beat in the background, I don't think is going over super well. I don't really think it kind of fits in with the overall vibe too much. Just something feels off about this one, in my opinion, and I just could not get into it, not even a little bit. We have this new one from Tones and I. It's really just some bland, millennial, melodramatic balladry and piano pop. It's pretty meh. Even the front cover here of this single is just so unimpressive the more that I look at it. We also have one from Logic over here. Highlife is the title. Just really kind of a generic pop rap stoner anthem without much flavor or, substance to it. Watch the World Burn, new track from Falling in Reverse. I love that. I'm just noticing now that the front cover here for the thing is kind of like it's like a movie poster. Oh man, it's like a really cool, edgy looking movie. When in reality, it is the cover to a really bad rap metal song where it kind of sounds like Tom McDonald, but without the racism, and Eminem, but without like the talent. Yeah, the bars are cringe and super terrible and difficult to bear, and kind of the metal transition it goes into toward the end of the track is gross and tacky as fuck. And I hope that I don't have to listen to this track too many more times before I end up in a grave. All right, and we have a new one from Corpse as well, where it's got some edgy suicide, homicide lyrics going on. It's super sad. It's super atmospheric. It's like a watered-down Joji cut, but with like some of the edgiest lyrics I've heard attached to anything in that vein, in that style. It's gross and bad, and hopefully I don't have to hear this too many more times as well. All right. The tracks I was meh on, not crazy about, not blown away by, but still thought they were worth a shout out, a mention. You might like them more than me. They are as follows. New one over here from Yves Tumor. Echolalia, I believe, is the name of it. It's got a great groove. I don't think a super strong song translates through the whole thing, but the dark, murky, lo-fi production and the bass and the drums are all pretty top-notch and fantastic and kind of lock me into a cool little trance there. We have a new one from Slipknot. It's titled Bone Church, a bit of a low-key one from them, and it sort of sounds like a Pink Floyd song, I guess. It's merely okay. We have one from Dreamville, JID Lute. Over here, My Boy is the title. I guess it's going to be on the new Creed soundtrack and everything. It's not too bad. I think the beat is tolerable. The chorus is a little bit of forced earworm. The JID verse is good. Lute is just okay. It's kind of a mixed bag as far as various parts of it working and not so much working. We have a new one from HMLTD. Wyrmlands is the title of it. Kind of sounds like a Black Midi song to my ears. Really, it's kind of got like an experimental, aggressive jazz rock thing going on to it, but it's also very creepy and unsettling. There are some elements of it that I like that I think are pretty cool, but there are others that just feel maybe a little derivative and maybe not so much playing to their particular strengths. But they've always been a group that's always been in a constant state of evolution. So maybe they're just trying something new over here. It takes a lot of guts, I think, to attempt something in this style. It's a very ballsy and very out there move. But I don't know if it's kind of the best I've heard in this vein. We also have one from Black Belt Eagle Scout, which is a very kind of spacey ballad type indie tune. Entrancing singer-songwriter vibes coming off of this one. And best tracks of the week. We have a handful of these as well. Actually, no, quite a few. Let's get through them. They're all linked down below. If you dig them, or if you dig anything that I'm saying about them, try them out. We have this new one from Spirit Possession over here. Second Possession is the name of the cut, and it is a really aggressive, fast, fusion of thrash metal, speed metal, old school heavy metal. The vocals are just soaked in delay and really, I would say, disorienting. The riffs are insane and kind of mathy as well. I think these are some of the mathiest riffs I've ever heard in any Spirit Possession song. They have a new record on the way very soon, and this track is just fiery, fiery, fiery. We have a new one from Skrillex over here with a Palestinian singer who I'm just hearing of now due to this collaboration, whose name is Neale Barghouti. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. But yeah, her vocals, the drums on the track, the drops, and the various rhythms throughout the cut hit hard, are super groovy. And I think some of Skrillex's best work in a while, frankly. It's a really fun track. Bop, banger, Xena is the title of the track. Coming up next, we have this boy's a liar. Yeah, boy's a liar. The Boy's a Liar Part 2. New track from PinkPantheress. I mean, this one's been around, but it's kind of like, the remix, the added on version featuring Ice Spice, and it's cool to hear these two kind of crossing over. The Lemon Twigs, they have a new kind of ballad type track, Out Corner of My Eye. It's quite sweet. It's quite catchy. Liking this one a lot too. These guys have a nice throwback sound if you haven't heard of them before, if you're really kind of into that 60s, 70s aesthetic. I think these guys are going to do it for you. Also, an artist who I'm just hearing of this week as well. We have a teaser from her forthcoming LP, Lael Neale is the artist. I'm the River is the title of it. And it's got kind of a quirky, almost post-punky sound to it, but the vocals have a, almost a soft, angelic kind of quality to them that I don't necessarily associate with this kind of music. It's fun. It's quirky. I would say it's also a little moody too, tasteful, artsy. Give it a listen. Give it a shot. I think it's pretty cool. I'm looking forward to this album. We have also a track from a kind of quirked up songwriter that I'm also hearing about this week, Hawkline. This one's also got a bit of a cool vintage throwback quality to it as well. Plastic Man is the title of this track. Shout out to this one. Also an Irish post-punk outfit with a lot of fucking balls on them. Have this track out called Approachable. This one's really gnarly, really rough, really in your face. Got a lot of viscera and blood pumping throughout it. We've also got Girl Ray with a nice disco-fied cut titled Everybody's Saying That. Liking this one a lot. Great grooves, super strong chorus on this one too. And again, the disco heads got to check this one out. And Cheekface are back with the Fringe. Everybody's America's favorite band, Cheekface, are back with a new cut. I really loved the record they dropped last year, continuing to dig everything that they're doing into the future, because I do think they're one of the funnier, wittier, and more creative and not so self-serious indie acts out there these days. I find them pretty refreshing, honestly, as far as the indie circuit goes. And we have a new awesome track with bagpipes from Caroline Polachek, another teaser from her full-length LP that's going to be dropping very soon. Blood and Butter is the name of the cut. Great vocals, great beats, has a vaguely kind of foreign quality to it. I would say it comes off very tasteful in that respect, as opposed to watered down and generic, as sometimes things in that vein tend to be. And Model Actriz have another taste from their forthcoming LP. This one has almost like a noise, rock, and industrial quality to it. A bit of a departure from some of the more dance-oriented cuts we've heard so far from the project. Amaranth is the title of the track, and this one is hitting hard. It's got a lot of distortion. It's got a lot of guts to it. The vocals are quite cold and calculated and bone-chilling too, and really looking forward to hearing the new record this year. This handily is one of the most exciting, or one of the projects I'm the most excited about in 2023. Weekly track roundup is done. It's in the can. Hopefully you got some good recommendations out of this one. You're the best. You're the best. Love you. Shout out once more to our sponsor in this video, Primavera Sound, and their 2023 lineup. You guys are the best. Love you. Anthony Fantano, weekly tracks forever.